Day number 9 of hiking the Appalachian Trail in 100 days up here on Little Bigelow Mountain. I was camped partway up the side of it last night, and I went the rest of the way up this morning. I think those two mountains up in front are ones I'll be going up today later, if I'm not mistaken, Avery Peak and Bigelow Mountain. So those will definitely be challenges for sure. Today is going to be a lot of climbing and descending for sure. Another view of the other side of Little Bigelow Mountain. Nice lake there. And yeah, those are definitely the mountains I have to go up next. I'm at about 3,000 feet now. I got to go down about 1,000 to 2,000, and then up about 2,000 to a little bit over 4,000 feet for those two peaks. So I made it to the top of Avery Peak, and you can see that little peak right in front. We got to go down a few hundred feet and then back up. That's Mount Bigelow. And then lots of lakes over there. And back behind us is Little Bigelow. That kind of, if you can see it, that long one right there. So that's what we climbed this morning, and I came down and back up. I'm almost all the way down from the Bigelow Mountains, and it's been a very slow day, lots of climbing, and until recently the descending that I did have, which wasn't a ton, was pretty technical and slow as well. But I'm on the way down, and then I should have a little bit of fairly flat section before I start the climb up Crocker Mountain. So definitely going to be a late one today. Just making my way last little bit up Crocker Mountain. Came down all the way off the Bigelows to about 1,250 feet, and then had a little flattish section for a little mile or two, and then climbed back up to a little over 4,000 feet right now, and the peak is at around 4,200, so should be super close. All right, so this is South Crocker Mountain. You can't really see through the trees, but the north peak that we were just on is down there. Basically, it goes down about 500 feet, then comes back up to the south peak. So that is pretty much all the climbing for the day. We got just over a mile left of descent down about 1,300 feet, I think, to our campsite for the night. And that's good because I am definitely tired and getting hungry, and probably gonna get thirsty somewhat soon because I'm almost out of water, but there will be, or at least there's supposed to be, plenty of water at the campsite. Just a little bit left here to go, and I think this is actually a nice view of what we did today. I think over there on the right is the Little Bigelow, and then the Avery Peak and Bigelow Mountain, and then the Horns over to the left, and then we came up the Crocker Mountain there as well. So got to the campsite about 6:30, which I was pretty happy with. This morning I was maybe not depressed, but feeling like this day was going to be huge, and I might not get to camp till like 8 or 9 at night. And those first few miles were a lot of uphill, and the last few miles were a lot of uphill. But in the middle, there was a few miles that were some smooth downhill and some flat even. So that allowed me to pick up the pace a little bit. But good day overall. Going to be another challenging day tomorrow. This campsite I'm in, it's just a campsite. There's no lean-to, and it said 0.2 miles side trail to the campsite. Well, there was a nice stream right here and a nice tent spot right next to the trail, so I just basically pitched my tent right next to the trail in that spot. And if I have to use the outhouse, you know, then I'll go over to the towards the campsite. I think it's somewhere along the trail to the campsite, so I guess that saves me a little bit of walking. But I was also happy with I guess this evening I got to the campsite and then pretty quickly got my dinner going, got my tent set up, got everything ready to go, and by the time dinner was done, I was pretty much ready to put up my bear bag immediately, and so that's going to allow me to get a good night's sleep and still get a early morning start tomorrow. So total miles for the day was 22.6, and that took me just over 12 hours, I think, like 12 and a half hours in total. Obviously there's some breaks in there and stuff like that, but kind of slow, but there was over 8,000 feet of elevation gain, so a lot of climbing mountains, and that's slowed me down for sure.